It's good. So, this is currently what's going on. The flex pipe, where it's now missing, had a hole in it, which was preventing the pan from coming down anyway. So instead of messing with 3 flanges and gaskets, we decided to cut it out since it needed replacing anyway, and took the pan down. So now that we are in here, it looks like someone's been in here before and replaced the filter and the gasket. And yeah, so we're gonna replace both gaskets, do a new filter since we have it, and that's how we currently have it held up right now. Oh, and you can see the shiny new shocks in the back. We got KYB gas adjust on all 4 corners and did a new fuel filter in the back there with new lines.
And we're gonna need a new muffler.
And we're gonna need a new muffler because we're gonna nickname that one Swiss cheese. So we're gonna go, and unfortunately all we got is some AutoZone Rumble Performance muffler, and we'll test it out and see how they are, because it's the first time I heard of Rumble mufflers. And then we're going to continue with our maintenance. So we'll check back in later. Alright, so update on the Trooper, pull apart Trooper. We finished what we're going to do on the lift. We did the heavy duty tie rod upgrade, KYB shocks, new rotors and pads. Yeah, they're somewhere back there. Let's see. We had to cut the old flex pipe out, put new flex pipe in.
New transparent gaskets.
Yep, new transparent gaskets, filter, and the shift shaft seal. And new muffler. So that is the Rumble exhaust, which we found out is made by Magnaflow, I believe. So let's see how they do for half the price. And we got KYBs in the back, a new fuel filter up there on the rail, And I think that's all we did back there.
We'll have to do the engine and stuff.
Yep, we'll have to do the rest of the stuff later. But we're gonna set her down now, and we're gonna top off the transmission fluid and finish that trans cooler install that you see right here. And check our other video out for how to go about doing that. And let's let her down and fill her up. Pretty quiet at idle. Hit it once. Not bad. And we're back with the pull apart trooper. We finished all that maintenance. It's off the lift now. And now we're into the timing belt. So we have pulled all that apart, and the water pump right there was two of the nut bolts backed out and very loose to get the rest out, so that's probably why the gasket failed, because it was leaking coolant. We had planned to do this anyway, but here's the timing belt. We use these little clips, binder clips, to hold them onto the timing marks right there. And for this, we went off the dot right there, and the same thing on the other side. There is a dot under that binder clip. Right there. And then you got a line right there to match up with that notch on the gear. You can barely see behind the belt. And that's your 3 timing marks on these single overhead 3.2s. So that is the tensioner and hydraulic tensioner. And you just gotta make sure that besides lining up the marks and the marks on the pulley to the belt to the cover, is to make sure that you put all the slack on the left side here where the tensioner is, and make sure this is tight when these marks are going, because on this pulley, you see I marked it with white out on the belt, but there's a green mark on the timing gear that has to match, along with this one matching and the other 2 cams matching. So then once your right side is tight, you have a little bit of slack on the left, and everything else is tight, then you can put it on the tensioner. And I put my 14 mil breaker bar in here, and I help give it some slack to where I can fit that pusher in with that bolt first, and that will be, you know, laying this way, and then I put pressure on this, and that'll make room for this to come up and line up with the hole, and then you put the second bolt in. And once you get that, you're ready to go. That's it. You torque everything down, make sure it's good on the timing system, but you would have had to already have torqued your water pump at this point. And then you just pull that pin, and I like to, you know, put my breaker bar back on here and give it a nice little tap to the right to make sure all the slack is out, not too hard. And that's it. But in the future we'll have a in-depth timing video for one of our Isuzus, but these are pretty much the same for the 3.2s, just the timing marks may vary from this one and the later 3.2s, and this generation dual overhead cam are different. So that's about it. I'm gonna button all these things back together, put the timing covers back on, and the belt system, and try to tackle that alternator. So I'm gonna get started. Alright, so the Trooper's done. It's at the in-laws. Let's see, we come up to here. We did new radiator hose, new belts, new hoses down there. Let's see, catching up from last time, I think we did a lot of the stuff underside. We did the transmission filter, the gaskets, the shift shaft seal. It's got a new muffler, it's got a new flex pipe. We did shocks, top ball joints,
Tie rods,
and we did the heavy duty upgrade for the tie rods. If you go down here, you can see them. You can see right there is the upgraded tie rods that we use the online forums to make. We can do a video on that in the future. And let's walk around it.
Nothing too crazy.
We put new LEDs in some of the lights. Put new floor mats in it.
Trying to break my neck.
New trailer harness on it. Cleaned it up inside. I mean, it's ready to go. It's a different Trooper from when we pulled it out of pull apart. So
big difference from where we started a couple weeks ago. So.
Oh yeah, it's a huge difference.
Yep. So that's it. I mean, we'll keep updates on this. Hopefully I won't need anything for a while, but as always, you know, share, like. We'll be doing more builds. This is one complete. One checked off the list, 5 more that'll get added, I'm sure. But thanks for watching.